Welcome. Welcome everyone to this LOXAM group webcast. We are pleased to see you again at this time of the year. We are broadcasting live from Paris with colleagues from the head office in the room and of course all of you in the rest of the group. The webcast is in English, but you can follow it with automatic subtitles. Pour les Français, il est possible d'utiliser le sous-titrage automatique dans Teams pour suivre le webcast. As always, subtitles are available in several languages: French, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, German, and more, including Danish, Swedish, Finnish, Dutch, and Polish, reflecting the diversity in our group. We hope this will make the webcast more open and more accessible. You can simply choose the language you prefer in your Teams settings. Choisissez la langue du sous-titrage dans le menu de Teams. Feel free to send your questions through the chat interface at any time, and we will answer them at the end of the call. Somebody asked me if the questions were all genuine. I can tell you they are. Before we start, let's make sure that your settings are enabled. You should see three icons at the bottom right of the screen. The first one on the left allows you to switch the subtitles on. Next to it, the small gear icon allows you to choose the language you prefer. Subtitles are automatically generated, so the translation may not always be perfect, especially for the company name, LOXAM, which is not always recognized properly. Pour les francophones, il est possible de choisir les sous-titres en français en utilisant les paramètres du Teams en bas à droite. Attention, LOXAM est parfois mal traduit par l'IA. We will be showing a video in English during the webcast with English subtitles. Il y aura une vidéo en anglais avec des sous-titrages en anglais. With that, we're ready to start. And now I hand over to Fabio Di Mario, our HR director, for a focus on safety. Thank you.
Dear LOXAM colleagues, dear teams, I need all of your personal attention. We start from our safety. Since 2022, we had positive results in safety, reducing our frequency rate thanks to all our efforts and investment in safety culture. We have succeeded in having less accidents. At the end of last year, we were at 7.2 of frequency rate. Our target for 2030 is to reduce again and reach 4. Results this year are bad. We have too many accidents, we lost time. This means more colleagues injured, more absence days, all teams are affected. Our frequency rate today has increased to 7.5. Results are different in our countries. Some are improving, so congratulations, well done to Norway, Central Europe, nationwide platforms, Denmark, Germany, Belgium, and Luxembourg. But you see that most of our business units are in red. They are not improving. We need to stop this negative trend now. We know it. The more accidents we have, greater is the risk of a serious or a fatal accident. You can see it from 2 very serious accidents happened last month. Consequences are dramatic. In France, a LOXAM workshop manager hand was cut during a jam clearing operation. He has lost 4 fingers of his left hand. In Sweden, a LOXAM subcontractor fell from the top of a hoist car to a lower level, a fall between 4 and 8 meters. He is paralyzed. Can you imagine the consequences of those two accidents? It's not just about our frequency rate. It's about people that will never live like before. It's about their colleagues that are still under shock. It's about their families. When it happens, it's too late. We cannot step back in time. That's why I really ask to each of you to look yourself in the mirror. Look in the eyes of your dears and your colleagues and act as a safety leader. We are all responsible. We all have a role to play. We need to protect ourselves and our colleagues. Safety is not just another thing to do. Safety is an absolute must, an engagement, a value. That's why safety coffees are important and your participation counts. Safety is not only managers, it's all of us. Please participate, bring ideas, be proactive, be positive. To help you, we will launch an app called Falcony, already used with positive results by Ramirent. Falcony will help everybody to raise a safety culture, reporting dangerous situations and near-miss accidents, as well as best practices. It's before an accident occurs. It's very simple, as you can see. You choose an action, you give a short description, you take a picture, and you share and follow up the corrective action. The more we use it, the more we push safety mindset. Safety is prevention. If we anticipate, we can correct and improve our safety condition, so to avoid what we have seen before and reach the only possible objective for all of us in LOXAM, the zero accident. We count on you to be the leaders for a true, real, concrete safety first. Thank you all. Now, let me turn to Stéphane Hénon, our Managing Director, who will talk about business performance.
Thank you, Fabio, and good morning, everyone. Let me please start by showing you the activity trend over the last months. On the chart on the screen, you can see the change of revenue in percentage for all of three divisions for Q4 last year, Q1, and the two last months, April and May. What do we see on this chart? So let's first start with good news about the Nordics, where the activity recovery is confirmed, especially in Sweden and Finland. And this improvement is not so much due to an improvement of residential construction, but more to many large infrastructure and industrial projects like data centers, green steel mills, battery factories, which give a good visibility for the rest of the year. As you can see on the chart, France continues to experience a challenging environment with a fragile political and economic environment, and a still soft demand from residential and local civil engineering sectors. As a consequence, rental rates are again under pressure in France. At last, our Rest of the World division is returning to growth after a harsh Q1. Although at a slower pace than last year, and with heterogeneous performances between regions. Southern and Central Europe are doing well, when the western part is softer. And also our Middle East operations are hit by the conflict in Iran. In this context, I would like to reinforce two main messages and priority. My first message is about inflation. No secret for you that oil prices have increased massively since March, with an immediate impact for us on our fuel and transport costs, and a more indirect impact to come on raw materials, equipment, spare parts, property rents. In such a situation, we must follow a strict cost discipline. First, we should limit as much as possible our spendings, for example, by optimizing our travels, reducing fuel consumption through eco-driving. Second, we should systematically pass on this cost increase to our customers, with no hesitation, no exception, in order to preserve our margins on services. So far, we see a deterioration of this margin, as some have been too late to increase their fuel and transport prices, and others have even not yet passed some increase. When we don't pass through our cost inflation to our customers, we are destroying value. My second message is about the fleet. Even if it is obvious, the fundamental purpose of a rental company is to rent its fleet. You have all received a significant volume of nice red and grey new machines since January. This new fleet must absolutely be rented out and generate extra revenue. Moreover, at this period of the year, utilization should be at its peak level, which means over 55% for the generalist, over 65% for the specialist like power or access, and over 80% utilization for a modular activity. At last, our genuine business is to rent our own fleet, not our competitors' fleet. And so, thanks to the CapEx and the right focus on the right projects and customers, you must reduce the level of rehires, especially in the international divisions. Before I leave the floor for Thomas, I would like to thank you all for your efforts. I'm aware that for many of you, the current situation is challenging, but I am also convinced that together we will get out of these demanding times even stronger. I wish you all a successful summer. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, or should I say actually, bom dia. As announced last week, LOXAM has signed an agreement to acquire a controlling stake in Mills. I am very pleased to share a few key points about this exciting development for the group. Mills is a leading equipment rental company in Brazil. It is a well-established group founded more than 70 years ago, headquartered in São Paulo and listed on the Brazilian Stock Exchange. Today, Mills employs around 2,500 people, operates 65 branches across the country, and serves more than 10,000 customers with a fleet of about 16,000 machines. 2025, the company generated around 300 million euros in revenue with a strong profitability. From a strategic perspective, This acquisition is highly complementary for LOXAM. It will significantly strengthen our position in Brazil, a market where we have been present for more than 10 years. Combined with our existing operations, Brazil will become our second largest country after France, with more than 400 million euros in revenue. We shall be very happy to welcome our new Mills colleagues in the coming months after the regulatory approvals. Mills has a diversified business model, largely based on long-term contracts, which provides strong visibility on its revenues. Its activities are well balanced across four segments. Aerial platforms are the core business, where Mills is a clear market leader in Brazil. The group has also successfully expanded into heavy equipment through its Yellow Line activity. Mills is a pioneer in formwork and shoring solutions for large infrastructure and industrial projects. More recently, the company has entered the intralogistics segment with forklifts and warehouse equipment. Overall, this transaction allows us to build a scaled, countrywide platform with a full range of equipment and services in a market that is growing and becoming increasingly mature. It represents a major step in LOXAM's international development and a strong platform for future growth. Now, let's move to a short video to introduce Mills in more detail.
In a country of continental dimensions, execution is everything. And executing at this scale requires more than equipment. It requires ensuring that operations never stop, that deadlines are met, and that every on-site decision performs under pressure. At Mills, scale is not a concept. It is the result of an integrated operating model where the entire company works as one. With nationwide coverage, specialized teams, and an integrated portfolio, we support complex operations from end to end. This structure ensures immediate availability, fast response, and consistent operational standards regardless of location. From formwork and shoring to aerial work platforms, integrated with power solutions, heavy machinery, trucks, and intralogistics equipment, we deliver flow, productivity, and operational continuity in every project. But what truly defines our performance is how these capabilities connect in the field. Dedicated technical teams embedded directly into our clients' operations, on-site workshops that keep fleets running, 24/7 technical support designed to minimize downtime, structured preventive maintenance focused on performance, safety, and continuity, engineering teams that design solutions for each project, not the other way around. All of this to reduce risk, protect timelines, and preserve our clients' capital, because productivity is non-negotiable. Our role is to make complexity manageable. We combine equipment, engineering, and operational intelligence to deliver tailored solutions for each client, each project, and each challenge. This level of integration is what differentiates us and makes our solutions difficult to replicate. Our experience is present in some of the country's most iconic landmarks, from every stadium built for the World Cup to major hydroelectric plants, and historic sites such as the Arcos da Lapa and São Paulo's Catedral da Sé. At the same time, we are present every day in thousands of operations that keep Brazil's industry, infrastructure, and logistics moving. Projects that demand precision, scale, and absolute reliability. We deliver consistency through governance, processes, and performance indicators that ensure predictability and operational control. The same standards, the same rigor, the same commitment anywhere in the country. Brazilian scale, global mindset.
Well, I hope you are as enthusiastic. I hope that you are as enthusiastic as I am. And now I hand over to our Chief Digital Officer, David Rudnowski, to speak how digital can be a strong asset for our business. Thank you.
LOXAM has built one of the richest digital services portfolio in the entire rental industry. Take a look what we offer today. We have customer portals where clients can place orders, track or analyze their rentals. LOXAM, Rami Smart, e-commerce websites, and punch-out systems. We have apps that let clients follow their orders in real time, track deliveries, extend or stop a rental. We have advanced IoT technologies for machine connectivity, access control, GPS tracking or usage reports. We have many more, all across the group. Few rental companies can say that. We should be proud of this. And more importantly, we need to sell it. Rules have changed. Customers now require digital. Competitors offer it. We either lead, lose. These are deals that wouldn't exist without digital. First, Grand Paris, Line 15, major construction project with high visibility. Our biggest competitor was already well known to the client for their digital tools, not LOXAM. So we showed the client everything we had. Result? The client called out, seeing LOXAM as a complete modern partner. We won the contract. We will not have made it to the final round without our digital portfolio. Second, Chantier de l'Atlantique, a world major shipyard, 25 years of relationship with LOXAM, long-term contract. A tailor-made IoT and access control platform developed for them since 2018. Fully embedded in the customer processes. So, digital was at the heart of the contract renewal discussions. We won again, and here's the key lesson. Once your digital tools are part of our client works, they are not leaving. Finally, the Fehmarn project, a major tunnel between Denmark and Germany. No LOXAM were on the site. Our largest competitor were. We came in with a brand new combined solution as a lead rental provider, bringing together access control, usage reporting, virtual reality trainings. Only digital make that possible. Contract, 5 years, and over 250 machines. Won not by being the cheaper, but by being different. So, digital is not an option. It must be discussed in every client's meeting, with every client, no exception. It brings to our customers more control. Procurement managers love that. Give them better price control, automated ordering, and fewer disputes. That's a direct win for them. Performance and safety. Our tools help clients organize their site better, reduce downtime, and improve safety and compliance. Less risk, better results. Productivity. Less time wasted thanks to planning tools. Lower operating costs thanks to data. And a stronger, more efficient relationship with LOXAM day to day. Now, it's your turn. Talk digital. Win more business. Very few of our competitors can have this conversation. We can. Use it. Get out of price-only discussions. Tells the full value of LOXAM, not just machines. A client who uses our digital tools sees us as a partner, not just a supplier. Build loyalty. More clients use our tools, more connected they are to us. That's good for them, and it's essential for LOXAM. Thank you all for your attention. Please let me turn to our president, Gérard Després, for a short conclusion before the Q&A session.
Thank you, David. Dear colleagues, it's obvious that we have had to face uncertainties on a harsh winter in our countries. That is why our performance at the beginning of the year was poor. So, like any resilient company, we have to work hard and to be able to catch up as soon as possible if we don't want to jeopardize our ambition for 2026. This is the main message we are delivering today. Act as a leader and take the lead in the recovery. As a leader, the group is moving to keep up the pace. We are accelerating the rollout of our digital tools to improve our efficiency and productivity. We are introducing AI into our processes so that each of you can make better use of our data for your benefit and for the benefit of the company. As Thomas has just told us, we have finalized a transaction in Brazil, which will give us leadership in a fast-growing market. Lastly, our international account managers have negotiated good contracts with some major clients to generate more business. Our ambition remains to be at the forefront of our industry. This ends our webcast. In advance, I wish you all very nice upcoming summer holidays. But before that, let's move to the Q&A session. I will take your question from the chat and from the room in Paris. Thank you all. By the chat.
First, ask a question I ask myself because I also have a brain.
He is my general secretary, so we can have confidential conversation, but we can have a public conversation. So, Gaël, go.
Digital tools are great. Staff in trained to explain to customers about and from the digital tools.
First, we have to train our internal people to know and to use the internal tools because the best productivity was internal. So now in our desk, in our branch, they have a good training. We need to train onto our sales force. Our sales force is hesitating, so we need to train them more so they will be more comfortable in their conversation with customers. But in the first step, they could ask help from our digital department and to go together to be more confident, to learn and to trust and to be more at ease when they will be facing customers. This is what will happen with our major customers, our digital team, go with them and effectively, it's very efficient in this relation. So, okay, we will increase training with our digital referent we have in several countries.
We have a microphone issue. Now I expect everyone can hear us. I have another question about CapEx. Some people complain that new CapEx is not being delivered as fast as it could be, and it's hard to make business with old fleet. That's the comment.
That's the comment. So first, we have anticipated orders since middle of last year, but we are not controlling every deliveries of our suppliers. But for sure, I will say 80-90% of what has been delivered at the beginning of the year has been delivered. Okay, it's always the last equipment missing, and we complain the last missing. But we are not so late in this department. As for all equipment, we keep equipment because we are in a circular economy and we are to use, not to renew too much our equipment. It's part of our CSR policy not to renew too often our equipment, but to keep them. So we continue to train and to work like that. And second, when we have more equipment, we can extend our network. And I know it's an effort, probably to keep some old ones, but it's a way for us to diversify at low cost our company. This is the same policy for the last 40 years. And look where we are today. We can make a balance. Well, he has not been so stupid to do that. But now, with the economy, we are not facing our objective at the beginning of the year. We have debts, so we need to mitigate, and we cannot accelerate the capex the time we are not recover our revenue. That's what I said in my conclusion. Try to recover as soon as possible. So as soon as possible, if end of July, we are being able to recover or to be in our budget, no doubt we will give an additional envelope for capex. But we have to manage different KPIs.
Okay, so we have questions coming from the rest of the group now. A question from the Baltic countries. How is the situation in Iran is impacting LOXAM? Will it make a direct financial loss for LOXAM?
No, finally no. The situation, we are not in Iran. There are some attacks in Middle East, but we have to admit that obviously in Dubai, Oman, Kuwait, the business is even better. What is poor is in Arabia because question of oil. So finally, it has not a major impact of our group because Middle East represents 2% of our revenue, so it's not so much sensitive. Where it's sensitive for the group is oil price and transport price. And if this situation continue, yes, we will have inflation in our salaries. So inflation for all the economy in salaries, and progressively we will have to meet inflation. That's why, Stéphane, keep your attention from now on to pass increases. Where it is today is the situation stop, and we have no inflation in salary, price oil will be decreasing and transport will be decreasing. So we are at a time that it could be sensitive. But the most important are uncertainties because people, the investors are waiting what's happened. And that we have suffered of that last year, and we are suffering of that this year. But it's not a drama for our company. We are able to face, we are a resilient company. It's not our major problem this war. It will be better if we can stop so that the people they can have more visibility on their future. That's what is the problem, is the visibility on the future. We make these uncertainties. But no too much impact of our cost.
Thank you. Now we have a question from the UK. The question is, how do we plan to integrate artificial intelligence? Do we have a strategy? How will it make a benefit to the customers?
Today, UK has its own IT department. And, this question of digital are more or less linked to our IT. So what we speak this morning, it was attached to the rentalman IT. The UK, they are working on Elvis. So I'm addressed directly to them because they know they have Elvis, and it is their local department in charge of their own digital. Nonetheless, we are converging and we exchange our experience. So globally, as we are finalize our digital tools for the Rentalman perimeter, we will be accelerating the convergence with Elvis or with Microsoft and with other departments. But some are more in advance than us. It could be in the Baltics, it could be in some department of Ramiran share, they are in advance. So in a global group where we have 27 systems of IT, we cannot have convergence in some months. It takes slightly more time. Please. The question of AI. Yeah, why we encourage anyone in the company to be aware and to play with these tools. And recently, I expect that everyone try. We are in favor of AI. We don't make. We are not reluctant, even if we have some guidelines. You cannot use out of our internal system, but you have to use it, especially Copilot, where we have a license and we can work with some protection. So we have some guidance, but we encourage people to use it in their daily.
Thank you. I don't have any more questions from the chat. So if there is any questions in the room, your opportunity to be on LOXAM TV.
Do you have a camera for the?
Of course.
We make progress in our webcast. I expect you can appreciate. We will do even better. So at our next camp after summer. So it's on time. Thank you very much for your work. Thank you all of you. Music.